Hi, my name is Jamie and welcome to my cross-stitching channel. And also welcome back for anybody who's visiting me again. It's kind of crazy. I did not expect anybody to watch my video and I'm sitting with almost 40 subscribers right now, which is just blowing my mind. So thank you so much for everyone who's subscribed and commented, and I've been reached out to by a few people. It's been really fun. So thank you for everything. So today, we're just gonna go over some WIP progress. I've worked on 4 projects. Sorry, I have my notes again, last week. So I'll go over those. And then I have a tiny bit of haul, 1 shout out, and maybe some plans there at the end. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna start with my WIPs. So the first thing I worked on for 2 days, I worked on Tarot Town 2, so this is what it'll look like when it's done. This is by, the artist is Ciro Marchetti, charted by HAED, and I'm doing mine on 25 count 2 over 1 10 stitch. So this is how far I got. I'm gonna hold it in a little bit so you can actually see what I did. So there's obviously more that way, but I was just working here on the background and I started filling in this little flag that comes off the rope here. So, and I'm gonna try to put a side-by-side of where it was last time, so hopefully I can make that work. So I got about 1,000 stitches in those 2 days, I think a little over 1,000. What I try to do with these ones, especially with max color, because I can get bogged down with the confetti like really bad. So what I try to do is, I don't know if anybody's watched Stitchin' Mommy, Sarah. She does what she calls the typewriter method. And so she just like picks a color left to right, top to bottom, and just fills it in. So I've been trying to kind of do that just so I don't get like all the big block colors done and then all I have left is confetti. So I've been trying to just like pick a color and just take it as far as it goes until the string runs out. So that's how far I got on that one. I was hoping to get a little bit farther, but that's okay. At least I made progress. So that's my first one. So the second thing I worked on this week was Pandemic. So this is the finished product. And this one is from Long Dog Samplers, and I'm stitching it on 28 count Helix Lugana 1 over 1 full cross. And this is where I got to. So I filled in, on this one, I just picked the highest spot that I haven't done yet and I just work it down. So I kind of like all comes in about the same. I just like fill in the page down. I think I'm about halfway done with this page. And again, I'm stitching this one on, sorry, with DMC color 939. So the really, really dark navy blue. I love how this turns out. Every time I'm like, I can't possibly love this more, and then I do another page, and sure enough. So, yep, filled in a lot of this right here. I think I had most of what was up here. I might have filled in a little on this side too, but again, I'm just gonna like come in on where I've been working so it's easier to see. So that was my second WIP, and that one got about a day and a half. I had about maybe 360 stitches the first day and I did just about 500. So that was like my rotation I was talking about in the first video. I'm trying to stick with about 1,000 for 10 stitch projects and then 500 stitches for full cross. So yep, I got just over 500 stitches. I was happy about that. Okay, so the next one is Beloved. So this is what it'll look like when it's done. The artist is Adele Sessler, and it's another Heaven and Earth Designs chart. I'm stitching this one 28 count 2 over 1 10 stitch on just a regular even weave. I actually got a page finish, you guys. I'm so excited. So I figured out I was really close. I was looking at Pattern Keeper and I was really, really close. So I went ahead and I finished the page. I'm gonna hold this one back a little bit so you can see before and after. The more of his face that comes in, I get so happy about it. it's funny, like as you're filling in stuff, that's what I was trying to do, is fill in all of this, the hair going across his face and then his cheek, like up by his nose and stuff. But as you're filling it in, it's like you do one color and then it's like, oh, okay, I can see what's going on. And then, yeah, ends up looking like something. So that's how far I got. So it's the page, I think it ended like somewhere right here. So I finished this page. And I think what I'm gonna try to do from now on all my full coverage pieces, I don't know if anyone's watched Kim Hollenbach. She does a lot of full coverage pieces, and she does this thing where she like starts here and then does page here, and then just kind of like does diagonal. I think Jessie Marie does stuff, also did her full coverage, the one by Jeremiah Kettner, I think. She did it that way too. So like you get more of the picture. You don't have to just do like all the way across the top, which I did for the first 2 rows on Tarot Town, but I think I'm gonna switch it and start doing the diagonal pages just because I like to see more of what's coming in on the picture. So that was the third one I did, and I actually got to finish the page. I had to do about 1,200 stitches, so I went a little bit over what I was planning to do for that one, but I was like, nope, I'm that close. I've got to do it. So that was the third one. And then the last one, oh, sorry, I worked on that one for 2 days as well. Those, the 10 stitch ones, they just go so quickly and I love it. So, and then the last one I worked on was the winter sampler. And this is, I have a picture of this one. So this is what it'll look like when it's all done. And the page I'm working on is like right there. So it's like the middle third on this side. So this one is the artist, if you can see it there, is designed by Sandy Orton. It's charted by Kooler Design Studios. That's where you can find it online if you want to stitch it. So that's the finished product. I'm stitching this one on 18 count antique white Aida, 1/1 full cross. They do have like fractional stitching and stuff in this one as well. So I'm really excited about the progress I got. I did a lot. So here's where it looks like now. And it doesn't look like a ton, but, and I'm not sure how many stitches I got exactly because this is a paper pattern, and so I don't count my stitches on the paper pattern. Sorry, I have dog hair everywhere. So if you see fuzzies or anything flying, that's what that is. But I think I got a good, I think I probably cleared 500 stitches even still. I had, you see the before image, but I filled in like this whole banner. This is, if you can see, it's not backstitched, so you can't see for sure, but this like a little party hat, and it's a mouse. It's like the ear and his face, and he's holding on to the little pendulum right there. I really like how it's turning out. It's super cute. So yep, I finished this banner. I filled in the rest of the numbers over here. I still need to backstitch the numbers, but. And then I used, there was a blend in here, and I do not like having to rewrap blends. So I took it over here where it was used again, and I filled in that border of the skier a little bit. So yeah, I'm really happy with how much I got done on that one. I am ready to move on to something else. The paper pattern definitely slows me down. I did about, I worked like all day yesterday, like 8 hours, I think. We were just hanging out at home, so this is what I did all day. And then I did, these are like half stitches, like this, it's like a shadow on a lot of the objects around there. It's just a half stitch, so I did all that today. But the rest of it I did yesterday, so. Really like how that's turning out. I love it. Still haven't decided if I'm gonna keep working on this. I am gonna try to get this page finished by the end of February though. That's what I'd like to do. So I can get at least one winter page finished by the end of winter. So does winter go until March? I think it does. So maybe I'll try to get 2 page finishes before the end of winter, but I do want to come back through and backstitch this as I go because I know myself well enough, especially with doing some of these other samplers, that if I don't backstitch as I go, then I finish all of the stitching and then I don't come back to it for a very long time. So I'm trying to go as I go to do the backstitching. So we'll see how that goes. But yep, I told you how much I did. And then, yep, I worked about a day and a half on that one. So I feel like I had a pretty good stitchy week. That's all the WIP progress I have. I probably will continue to do this weekly because of how much I was able to get done. So yeah, feel pretty good about my progress this week. So my plans for next week, just go over what I'm planning to do. So like I said in my first video, I want to do a rotation so I get through all my projects before I come back to any that I've already done. So since I've already done, let's see, I have 8 going and I've already done 5 in the last week or so. I had finished a page on my Middle Earth map before I started my first video, so I'm kind of going from there. So I'm gonna show you the mock-ups of the things I'm gonna work on. So the first one I wanna work on is Mini Loyalty. And that's this one. Artwork by Sherry Gerard, charted by HAED. So I'd like to get at least 1,000 stitches on this one because it's 10 stitch. And I realized I'm actually closer to that badger than I thought. I'm like right here, like that black strip right there. That's where I am at the top. I guess I can show you guys where I am. So I have a before picture. So that's the mock-up. Sorry, I'm gonna be reaching for stuff. So that's where I am right now. So like I said, this black strip, the shield behind the badger is like right there. So I'm like really trying to decide if I should be a good girl and go back and fill in the background some more, or skip on down to the badger, do something a little more exciting. So that's the first thing I want to work on. And then the next one is Gardner's Paradise. So I'm having a little bit of a dilemma on this one. I'm not quite sure how I want to do it. So this is where I am. Well, I'll show you what it looks like. I planned this really well, you guys, can you tell? Okay. So this is what this one looks like. Gardner's Paradise. Artist is Amy Stewart. No, sorry, Donna Gelsinger. I don't know why I always want to say it's Amy Stewart, but it's not. Donna Gelsinger. This was a project I was doing for my mom. And I don't know, I'm trying to decide what to do. I'm not convinced I want to stitch the whole thing. So what I was thinking of doing, so what I have right now is just this tiny start. Like I haven't done hardly anything on it yet. I'm still way up in the corner. I kind of put it away for a minute because I was focusing on some other stuff. So that's where I am right now. Let's clear up here in this corner. So I would like to actually finish this for my mom. So what I was thinking of maybe doing to kind of save me some time and dealing with confetti and stuff is maybe, sorry, I'm gonna try to hold this and not drop it. Maybe cutting it off like this, or possibly even this, so that I still get like the bouquet of sunflowers and some of these other flowers in that window, which I really like. But that way it's like half as big. So, whoopsie, my bad. I was trying not to do that. So I'm trying to decide what to do. If anybody has any suggestions, I'm happy to hear them. But says I'd like to have a lot of the colors, which it seems like most of the colorful flowers are on this side besides the pink. But I'm not crazy about this pink vine and the boots and stuff on this side, so I might cut it off. I haven't decided. Because that way I'd actually have a chance of finishing it. And then I might even crop up a little bit to like where the bottom of the vase is on the table. So just like that section over there. So I want to work on it. I just haven't decided exactly which part I'm gonna work on yet, and if I'm gonna end up cropping it out. So that is Gardner's Paradise. And then the last one I want to work on this coming week is, and I'm only going to do 3 because these are all, unless I can get them done quick enough, but these are all 10 stitch full coverage pieces. And so I want to make sure I give them enough time to get 1,000 stitches on all of them. And this is the last one I want to stitch on. This is North American Mammals. Artwork also by Ciro, Marchetti, charted by HAED. I want to work on this one as well. I'd really like, I'm trying to decide if I want to do the diagonal pages like I was talking about earlier and go over to this reindeer and then down to the wolf, or if I just want to keep going down from the owl to the wolf, because I really want to see another animal. There is a decent amount of background right there though, and his antlers are already showing up, so I don't know what to do. I'm making it much more complicated than it needs to be is what I'm doing. So that's the last one I want to work on this coming week. And this is where I'm at right now. Like I said, you can already see like the antlers coming in right here. So if I went that way, at least I could at least do antlers. But I also like the thought of finishing the owl and then going down this way, and then the wolf should be pretty quick. So we'll see. That's the last one I want to do. So those are my plans for next week. I'm gonna have to move some of my projects out of the Q snaps. I can work on them. I know, I'm ridiculous, it's okay. So then the last part I will talk about, and just a disclaimer, if you don't appreciate crude humor or strong language, just go ahead and thank you so much for watching. Leave me a like, comment, subscribe, anything you'd like to do, and then I will see you guys next time. But if you're good with that, I do have a little bit of haul. I did pick up a pattern. So my shout out is for Total Stitch Show, which is someone who reached out to me last week. Her name is Steph. She has, I think she has like 4 or 5 videos out now. She does lots of full coverage, lots of like video game, shoot, it's Final Fantasy. So she's got a lot of like Final Fantasy patterns, some HAED patterns, lots of full coverage and stuff. She's working on a lot of cool things. She's also got some smaller things too. So I watched her video, and so my boyfriend plays a lot of video games, and I've literally watched him and many other people I've known who play video games have this tantrum, or if you want to be nice about it, adverse reaction to when things go wrong in their video game. So this is the pattern I picked up. I'm in love with it. I think it's hilarious. I have literally heard these words come out of people's mouths before while they're playing video games. It made me laugh, and I loved all of the little motifs in it with from like Mario and all sorts of things. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to stitch that one. So I went ahead and got this pattern. I'm still working on sourcing the fabric, and if you guys watched my first video, I was like, I'm never stitching on black ever again. And I was like, but there's 2 versions to this pattern, and the one I love is the one that's on black because the colors just look so cool popping off that fabric. And so I'm like, all right, fine. So it's probably gonna end up on black. I'm trying to find, if anybody could help me, I would prefer like a charcoal gray even still, because there are some black stitches in the pattern, and I don't know how it's gonna go with the black on black. So if anybody has any suggestions on where I could get some like darker gray or charcoal, something like that, I'd appreciate it. So, but that design, before I forget, is from Screaming Heart Design. They do have, I got the pattern from the Facebook page. I think they also have a shop on Etsy, so called Screaming Heart Design. So I got that pattern and the floss. I've already picked up the floss. It was only 16 colors, so I just got it all. And so, yeah, just working on the fabric. So that'll probably become part of my rotation as well. So anyway, sorry, I feel like I talk really fast, so I'm trying to slow it down, but I'm through everything that I was going to show you guys today. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, if you want to give me a like, subscribe, anything you want to do, that I am happy if you guys interact with me at all. It's been really fun to do that. So, all right, until next week, I hope you guys find time to do something that makes you happy. Bye.